Welcome back, everyone, to GTU. In today's sponsored segment, we've got your one-stop shop for self-love and spiritual enlightenment. Dr. Jewel Helios with Elements of Light is here with so much more.
Hi.
I just love you.
I love you too.
Jewel, by the way, staged my home, and you were so lovely when you came.
Thank you. Namaste.
Namaste. So we have a big, huge event coming up. It's Empower You Expo. What is it all about?
Well, Tina Jones is the host, and it's where the spiritual community gets together. So it could be religious, not religious, intellectual, anything to take a break, to connect with nature, to connect with rocks, stones, crystals, bath salts, my patent pending moon water coming up. It's just a fun play day. In fact, most of the people come are probably about 80% females, so I wouldn't miss it.
Who is this for? Is it for business people? Is it for someone who wants enlightenment or just to need to recenter?
It's really for anybody. It's I'm starting in the beginning of my spiritual journey. I'm meditating. I want to learn how to do things. Or it could be I'm next leveling my business as a sacred magi, or I am doing I'm doing my business, opening a crystal shop. How do I get the information that I need?
This is huge for networking. I mean, if you just want to connect with people, you want a little bit more information, or just to be around the same like people.
Absolutely.
This is it.
Yeah.
Okay, what did you bring here?
Well, this is, like I said, my patent pending moon water. So most people in the spiritual community think moon water is poured from a tap and put under a moon, because during a moon there's a high vibe. So full moons we have high tide, so that's the biggest magnetic pole on the planet. And new moons is low tides, another big pole. So I've been gathering these since 2019. I read about it in ancient alchemy manuscripts from 17 to 1800s. And the reason why this is real moon water is it went through that genuine 4-elemental alchemical process. This is why they used to gather the real stuff. So it was water from the earth, evaporating through fire, up through the air, carried under the moon and back down.
And I think you gave me one of these.
I did.
And so what do you do? So do you spray it at a certain time of day, certain time of year?
What's great about this is you can bring the new moon or full moon at any time. Yes, so this is the new moon from Chinese New Year for new beginnings. This is a super full moon that happened this year during the Grand Conjunction, good for studying and calming the self. So I just spray it around your head and do a meditation. And this is my most favorite, also most expensive, just because it's like a fine wine and it's old. So it was the 13th moon after the winter solstice. That happens once every 4 years.
Why is the moon, new moon, full moon so important in your practice and in people's lives?
Well, if anyone, especially women are tied to the moon and men are tied to the sun esoterically. So if women were to track the moon, they would notice they're more awake 3 days before and 3 days after doing a new and full moon. It's called in the spiritual community, the veil is thin. So this is when they feel connected to everything and they can see, excuse me, into other worlds.
And so we want to tap into it when we spray, like you want to just capture more of it.
Yes, and every moon has a different feel. So you spray it, and like I said, this one is calm, this one is activating. This particular one in green it'll make you sleepy, and just the whole home feels silent.
How has this all changed your life of knowing the moon and the stars?
I think that what's the most important thing in spirituality is getting in touch with nature, period, and doing sacred ritual that comes from the heart, pure intention, and writing down those intentions. We actually have some moon kits. I'll have some instructions with that. It's not something scary, it's just something considered to be sacred. I'm going to write down my intentions, I'm going to meditate, or I'm going to pray about it, and I'm going to let those intentions go and see what the universe brings to me.
And during the pandemic, we have brought up these articles even today of just getting centered with there's so much anxiety and emotions running high. And the basic is gratitude and getting down to nature, and you help us do that.
Yes, absolutely. This is what I do in my practice, one-on-one with people as a PhD in metaphysical counseling. And then I help people who are in a lot of stress. I call it emotional trigger release. And then I answer a lot of spiritual questions for spiritual development.
How have you seen through your practice, I know you have because I know it personally, how it has changed other people's lives when they do get back to nature, the basics?
Well, when after they meet with me, they'll typically say there's something that was life-changing. And what I encourage people to do once they have ahas or moments of click, I get it, they start their own spiritual journey. They become their own guru or their own psychic or their own, like they can trust themselves.
It's so empowering, isn't
Yes,
it? Okay,
yes.
where do we find you? Because you will be at Empower You Expo. Where will you be and time?
I'll be in booth 33 and I'll be on stage at 2 doing Q&A, which will be a lot of fun. I'll answer all those questions as long as it's safe in front of children.
And this is happening on what day? September 20?
September 25th, near the end of the month. Yeah.
It's Moon Water Spiritual Practices, September 25th, the Mountain America Expo Center. It is the Empower You Expo and Elements of Light. Dr. Jewel, thank you so much.
You're welcome.
This
Thank
is
you
fabulous.
for having me.
Find her on Facebook, find her anywhere, and find her at the expo because you are life-changing. So thank you.
I love you.
Love you. All right, tips for parents and grandparents are coming to you next.
Hi, Jewel from way over here. Good to see you, my friend. And we're celebrating pear season way over there in the kitchen. Get the recipe for curried chicken and pear salad. And then, have you ever heard of a financial date night? What is that and how can it strengthen your relationship? The answers are straight ahead.